Imagine this. After years of keeping things incredibly private, Keanu Reeves steps out and shares something real about his life with Alexandra Grant. In a recent conversation at the 2026 Mocha Gala, he openly called her easy to love. And she described the undeniable shift in her art since they got together. Her paintings have become happier. No big announcements, no drama, just two people who found something genuine after knowing each other for a long time. It makes you pause and think about what real connection looks like in a world full of flash. How did their story quietly become one of the most inspiring ones out there? Stick with me as we dive deep into the truth behind Keanu Reeves and Alexandra Grant's romance. It picks up from those quiet moments that fans have always noticed but never fully heard explained until now. Keanu Reeves has always been someone who values privacy, especially when it comes to his personal life, yet at the 2026 Mocha Gala on May 30th, he lifted the lid just enough to share something that felt undeniably authentic. When People magazine asked him about Alexandra Grant, he simply said yes, when they described her as an easy woman to love. That straightforward response from a man known for his thoughtful nature carried real weight because it was not rehearsed or exaggerated. It was just him being honest about the woman who has been by his side for years. Alexandra herself opened up in the same conversation, saying the impact of their relationship on her art was undeniable and that her paintings have become happier. These are not grand declarations, but small, truthful insights into how two creative people support each other without needing the spotlight. Their story actually started long before the romance became public. They first connected through art back in 2011 when they collaborated on the book Ode to Happiness, where Keanu wrote the words and Alexandra brought her visual style to life, turning text into something deeply expressive. That professional respect grew over time into a genuine friendship built on shared interests in literature, philosophy, and the kind of quiet creativity that does not chase trends. By 2019, their bond had quietly deepened into romance, and they chose to keep it private, respecting each other's worlds while finding comfort in the connection they had built. Fans who have followed Keanu through his incredible career from The Matrix to John Wick know he has faced real challenges, including profound personal losses that shaped his grounded perspective on life. In Alexandra, he seems to have found someone who matches that depth without demanding he perform for the cameras. She is a respected visual artist whose work explores language, text, and human connection through painting, drawing, and sculpture. Her pieces often feel layered and thoughtful, inviting viewers to slow down and reflect, which mirrors the way Keanu approaches his own craft, choosing roles that mean something rather than chasing every big offer. Their relationship shows in the small ways they appear together at events like the Mocha Gala, where they walked hand in hand looking comfortable and present with each other. There was no need for over-the-top gestures because the ease between them was visible in how they listened to one another and supported each other's creative journeys. Alexandra has spoken about how Keanu is always appreciative and cautious with feedback because he respects the process of creation, whether it is acting or painting. She mentioned living with John Wick and Neo in a lighthearted way, acknowledging the intensity of his roles while giving him space when he is deep in character. That kind of mutual understanding comes from years of knowing each other beyond the public image. Keanu has built a reputation for kindness on set and in everyday life. Stories from crew members and fans consistently highlight his humility and generosity. Pairing that with Alexandra's artistic world creates a balance where neither has to change who they are. Their collaborations continue to reflect that partnership, from Shadows, the book project, to supporting each other's exhibitions and events. At the heart of it, their romance feels believable because it grew naturally out of shared values rather than Hollywood flash. People often look at celebrity couples and wonder what keeps them together through busy schedules and public scrutiny. In Keanu and Alexandra's case, it seems to be the foundation of respect and quiet encouragement. She has noted that when she is in painter mode, she is fully immersed just as he is when preparing for a demanding role. They give each other that room to create without pressure, which allows their individual art to flourish and apparently brings more happiness into the work itself. Think about how rare that is in any relationship, the ability to celebrate each other's growth without competition or jealousy. Alexandra's comment about her paintings becoming happier points to an emotional shift that many can relate to when love adds lightness to life without erasing its complexities. Keanu has never been one to overshare, but when he does confirm something like this, it lands as sincere because it aligns with everything we have seen from him over decades. Fans remember his appearances at her art shows where he shows up fully present without drawing attention away from her achievements. That support goes both ways, as she has been there for his theater work and film projects, offering the kind of steady presence that means more than any public statement. Their story also reminds us that real connections often develop slowly away from the cameras. They knew each other for years before romance entered the picture, which gave them time to understand each other's worlds. Keanu's life has included incredible success, but also moments of profound grief that he has carried with dignity. Finding someone like Alexandra who appreciates the man behind the characters provides a different kind of anchor. She brings her own creative energy and intellectual curiosity that complements his thoughtful nature. Together, they seem to create a space where both can continue evolving as artists and individuals. At the Mocha Gala, their appearance together felt like a natural extension of that private world, stepping into the public just enough to share a glimpse. The way they looked at each other spoke volumes, according to those who were there. No forced smiles, just comfortable affection built over time. Keanu's yes when asked if she is easy to love was not elaborate, but it carried the honesty that defines so much of his public persona. He has always let his actions speak louder than words, whether it is helping strangers or dedicating himself fully to a role. In this case, the action was simply acknowledging the positive influence in his life without needing to embellish.
Alexandra's openness about her art changing reflects how love can subtly shift perspective, making even abstract work feel lighter and more joyful. Her pieces have long engaged with text and meaning, but this new layer of happiness adds something fresh that audiences notice. It is a testament to how relationships can inspire creativity rather than distract from it.
Many people in creative fields understand the struggle to balance personal life with artistic demands, yet Keanu and Alexandra seem to have found a rhythm that works for them. They attend events together when it feels right, but maintain the privacy that allows their bond to stay genuine. Fans who admire Keanu for his resilience and kindness see this relationship as an extension of that character, the man who values depth and loyalty. There is something reassuring about seeing a high-profile figure like him in a stable, supportive partnership, especially in an industry known for its ups and downs. Their timeline shows consistency from early collaborations to public appearances years later, always with that underlying respect. Alexandra has built her career independently with exhibitions and projects that stand on their own merit, while Keanu continues to choose meaningful work that resonates with audiences worldwide. When they come together, it feels like two complete individuals enhancing each other's lives rather than depending on one another for validation. That independence makes their connection stronger because it is based on choice, not necessity. In interviews, Alexandra has emphasized being respectful of each other's processes, leaving room for the other person to fully immerse in their craft. This approach prevents resentment and allows genuine appreciation to grow. Keanu's history of mentoring younger actors and supporting causes quietly aligns with someone who understands the importance of thoughtful partnership. Their shared interest in art and literature provides common ground that goes beyond surface-level attraction. Books, projects, and conversations about ideas likely form a big part of their time together, creating intellectual intimacy that sustains a long-term relationship. At events like the Mocha Gala, they represent a different kind of Hollywood story, one focused on substance, creativity, and mutual support. The undeniable fact Keanu lifted the lid on is that simple, easy love does exist even for someone who has navigated fame for decades. It is not about perfection, but about finding someone whose presence adds happiness and understanding to daily life. Alexandra's art, reflecting that joy, visually shows how deeply it affects her creative output. Fans connect with this because it feels relatable. Anyone who has experienced a positive shift in their work or mood because of a supportive partner can see parallels. Keanu has never positioned himself as a relationship expert, but his quiet example speaks volumes. He shows up consistently, values privacy, and when he does speak about Alexandra, it comes from a place of sincerity. This approach earns respect from audiences who are tired of manufactured drama and crave authentic stories. Their journey also highlights the beauty of patience in relationships, waiting for the right foundation rather than rushing into something for show. From professional collaborators to life partners, the transition happened organically, which makes it more believable and enduring. As they continue creating separately and sometimes together, their story offers inspiration without trying too hard. It is simply two people who found something real and chose to honor it in their own way. The Mocha Gala moment captured that essence perfectly, a rare public window into a private world where easy love and happier art tell their own quiet, powerful narrative. People often search for proof that genuine connections can thrive under public attention, and Keanu and Alexandra provide that through their consistent, respectful approach. Her comments about appreciating his work and giving space mirror the same consideration he extends to her artistic process. This reciprocity creates balance that many relationships strive for, but few achieve so visibly. Looking back at their collaborations, the artistic synergy was there from the beginning, with Ode to Happiness and Shadows showcasing how their creative minds complement each other. Those projects laid groundwork for deeper understanding that eventually blossomed into romance. Keanu's willingness to engage with her world of visual language and text shows openness and curiosity that strengthens their bond. Alexandra, in turn respects the physical and emotional demands of his acting career, understanding the immersion required for roles like Neo or John Wick. That empathy prevents the kind of friction that can arise when partners do not grasp each other's professional realities. Instead, they celebrate the dedication, seeing it as part of what makes the other person who they are. In 2026, with several years of relationship behind them, the Mocha Gala comments felt like a natural evolution rather than a sudden reveal. They have grown together, navigating the balance between private life and occasional public moments. Fans appreciate this restraint because it preserves the magic and avoids the exhaustion of constant exposure. Keanu's career continues to evolve with new projects while Alexandra pushes boundaries in her exhibitions and initiatives like Grant Love, which combines art with philanthropy. Their individual passions fuel the relationship rather than compete with it, creating a dynamic where both thrive. The undeniable happiness in her painting serves as visual evidence of the positive influence flowing both ways. Keanu has spoken in the past about finding meaning beyond material success, and a partnership rooted in creativity and kindness aligns perfectly with that outlook. Their story encourages reflection on what makes relationships last, not grand gestures, but daily respect, shared values, and space to grow. In a world quick to scrutinize celebrity couples, Keanu and Alexandra stand out for their low-key authenticity. They do not need to prove anything because the connection is evident in how they support each other through careers and life. As more details emerge from thoughtful conversations like the one at Mocha, it becomes clear this romance is built to endure. The easy love Keanu described and the happier art Alexandra creates paint a picture of two souls aligned in purpose and affection. Fans who have rooted for Keanu through every chapter of his journey feel a sense of warmth, seeing him in this chapter of quiet fulfillment. It humanizes the icon, showing that even someone known worldwide for intense roles values simple, genuine connection at home. Alexandra brings her unique perspective as an artist who translates complex ideas into visual form, enriching their conversations and shared experiences. Together, they embody the idea that love can enhance creativity rather than complicate it. This balance is something many aspire to, and their example offers hope without promising easy answers. The Mocha Gala served as a beautiful backdrop for these insights, with the couple appearing relaxed and connected amid the art and celebration. It was not staged for maximum impact, but rather a genuine moment captured during a night honoring creativity. Keanu's affirmative response carried the sincerity that defines him, while Alexandra's reflection on her work added depth and vulnerability. These exchanges remind us that even private people can share truths that resonate widely. Their relationship timeline reflects patience and organic growth, which contrasts with the rushed narratives often seen in entertainment. From first meeting through collaborations to public acknowledgement, the steps feel intentional and respectful. This foundation allows them to weather the inevitable pressures of fame with grace. Keanu's humility has always endeared him to audiences, and seeing that same quality in how he speaks about Alexandra reinforces why fans hold him in such high regard.
He does not claim to have all the answers, but simply acknowledges the good he has found. Alexandra's artistic evolution in response to their love illustrates how personal happiness can translate into professional joy. Her paintings carrying a new sense of lightness invite viewers to consider how relationships shape our creative expressions.
It is a subtle yet powerful reminder of human interconnectedness. As they move forward with their respective projects, the support they provide each other will likely continue to manifest in meaningful ways, both seen and unseen. For fans, this glimpse into their world feels like validation that real lasting romance is possible even in the spotlight. It encourages appreciation for the quiet strengths in our own lives, the easy loves that make ordinary days better and creative pursuits more fulfilling. Keanu Reeves lifting the lid on this undeniable fact offers not just insight into his personal happiness, but a broader message about the value of authentic connection. Alexandra Grant's happier art stands as beautiful proof of that truth. Their story continues to unfold with the same grace and integrity that has marked every step along the way, inspiring those who believe in love that feels natural and real. The respect they show for each other's independence allows freedom within commitment, something many find challenging, but they navigate with apparent ease. Creative individuals often face unique pressures, yet by prioritizing understanding, they create space for both art and affection to flourish. This approach resonates because it mirrors the experiences of people outside Hollywood who seek balance in their own relationships. Keanu's career spanning blockbuster hits and smaller personal projects shows versatility that extends to his personal life, embracing both the intense and the serene. Alexandra matches that with her multidisciplinary practice that engages mind and emotion. When they intersect, the results are collaborations that feel meaningful and partnerships that sustain. The Mocha Gala conversation captured a chapter in their ongoing journey, one defined by gratitude and mutual uplift. As more time passes, their bond will undoubtedly reveal new layers, but the foundation of easy love and undeniable positive influence remains constant. Fans celebrate this not because it is flashy, but because it is true to who they are as individuals and as a couple. In sharing these honest reflections, Keanu and Alexandra give audiences something rare, a peek into a romance that prioritizes substance over spectacle. It is a narrative worth following for its authenticity and the gentle reminder it provides about what matters most in human connections. Their presence together at cultural events like the gala reinforces that art and life intertwine beautifully when built on respect and shared passion. Keanu's simple yes carries years of experience and appreciation, while Alexandra's observation about her work adds poetic insight into the transformative power of love. Together, they illustrate how two distinct paths can converge into something enriching for both. This dynamic continues to captivate because it feels earned and genuine in every detail. As their stories progress separately and together, the undeniable fact remains that they bring out the best in each other, creating happiness that shines through in art and in life. Fans who admire Keanu's journey find added joy in seeing this chapter unfold with such quiet strength and sincerity. It is a romance that does not need hype, because the truth speaks clearly enough on its own. It builds on that foundation of mutual respect and creative synergy that has defined their journey from the very beginning, continuing through the years with the same quiet consistency that fans have come to admire in Keanu Reeves. Their early collaboration on Ode to Happiness in 2011 set a tone of artistic partnership where Keanu contributed thoughtful words and Alexandra Grant transformed them into powerful visuals, creating a book that resonated with readers on a deep emotional level. That project was not just professional, but revealed how their minds connect through themes of reflection and human experience, which later became the bedrock of their personal relationship. By the time they stepped out publicly as a couple at the LACMA Art and Film Gala in November 2019, their bond had already been growing steadily for years, rooted in genuine friendship and shared intellectual curiosity. Keanu, who has always chosen roles that explore complex characters like Neo in The Matrix or the relentless John Wick, brings that same depth to his personal connections, valuing authenticity over anything superficial. Alexandra, with her multidisciplinary approach to art, focusing on language, text, and visual storytelling, complements that perfectly is seen in her exhibitions that invite viewers to engage thoughtfully with ideas. In the People magazine interview at the 2026 Mocha Gala on May 30th, Keanu confirmed with a simple yes that Alexandra is indeed an easy woman to love, a statement that felt so natural coming from him because it aligns with the humility and sincerity he has shown. Throughout his career, Alexandra added in that same conversation that the impact of their relationship on her work is undeniable, saying her paintings have become happier, which offers a beautiful window into how love can infuse creativity with new lightness without changing its core essence. This kind of honest sharing is rare for such a private couple, and it resonates because it comes from real experiences rather than any desire for attention. Fans who have watched Keanu navigate fame with grace through blockbuster successes and personal challenges appreciate seeing him in a relationship that supports his grounded nature. Alexandra has mentioned in interviews how she has lived with John Wick and Neo, referring lightheartedly to Keanu immersing himself fully in demanding roles while she gives him the space needed to create. That understanding speaks volumes about their dynamic, where each respects the other's process, whether it is preparing for a physically intense action sequence or diving deep into a painting session. Their appearances together, whether at art events or film premieres, always carry that sense of ease, with Keanu often showing up fully present as he did at Alexandra's solo exhibitions, supporting her achievements without drawing focus away from her. This pattern of quiet support has been evident since their early days and continues to strengthen their connection as they balance busy careers with a private life that prioritizes what matters most. Keanu's career spanning decades includes memorable performances that have inspired millions, yet in his personal world, he seeks the kind of stability and joy that Alexandra brings through her artistic perspective and kind presence. Their shared interests in literature and philosophy likely fuel many conversations at home, creating an environment where ideas flow freely and creativity is nurtured. Alexandra's work often explores the interplay between words and images, which mirrors the way Keanu interprets scripts, bringing layers of meaning to his characters. This artistic alignment makes their partnership feel like a natural evolution from collaborators to life partners. As they rang in 2026 together at events like Sandra Bernhard's New Year's party, their comfort with each other was palpable, reflecting years of building trust and affection. Despite occasional rumors that they have addressed honestly, such as clarifying they are not married, their focus remains on the real, everyday aspects of their relationship rather than public speculation. Alexandra has taken to social media at times to share sweet moments or birthday wishes, emphasizing gratitude for their partnership while respecting Keanu's preference for staying off platforms himself. This thoughtfulness highlights the consideration they extend to one another, avoiding anything that might complicate their genuine bond. Keanu has faced profound losses in his life, which have shaped his appreciation for meaningful connections, and in Alexandra, he found someone who understands that depth without needing constant validation. Her art becoming happier, as she described at the Mocha Gala, suggests a positive emotional shift that many in relationships can relate to, where love adds a sense of lightness and possibility.
Their story also touches on the importance of independence within partnership, as both continue pursuing their passions, Keanu with new film projects, and Alexandra with exhibitions and initiatives that blend art with broader cultural conversations. This balance prevents the kind of codependency that can strain creative individuals, allowing each to bring fresh energy back to the relationship.
At the 2026 Mocha Gala held at the Geffen Contemporary, they arrived hand in hand, looking relaxed and connected amid the celebration of contemporary art, which felt like a fitting backdrop for their shared world. Observers noted the way they looked at each other with genuine affection, reinforcing the easy love Keanu spoke about so simply. These public glimpses are infrequent but meaningful because they stem from real comfort rather than obligation. Fans often comment on how refreshing it is to see a high-profile couple maintain privacy while still sharing enough to inspire. Keanu's yes in response to the description of Alexandra as easy to love was not elaborate, yet it carried the weight of years of appreciation for her presence in his life. Alexandra's reflection on her paintings gaining a happier quality adds a visual and emotional dimension to their narrative, showing how personal happiness translates into creative output. Her pieces, which engage with text and human experiences, now carry an additional layer of joy that audiences can sense, inviting them to consider the transformative power of supportive relationships. This dynamic is something Keanu seems to embody in his own work, choosing projects that explore resilience and connection, much like the steady partnership he shares with Alexandra. Their timeline from the 2011 book collaboration through friendship and into romance demonstrates patience and organic growth, which contrasts with the fast-paced nature of Hollywood. By 2019, when they went public, many noted how well suited they appeared for one another, both intellectually and creatively. Since then, they have attended various events together, always with that underlying respect visible in how they interact. Alexandra has spoken about being cautious with feedback to allow Keanu space to bake his cake, as she put it metaphorically, respecting the immersion required for his roles. Similarly, Keanu appreciates her artistic process, giving her room to explore and evolve. This reciprocity forms the core of their strength as a couple, fostering an environment where both can thrive without pressure. In recent years, Keanu has continued delivering compelling performances while Alexandra pushes boundaries in her visual art practice, which includes painting, drawing, and sculpture, often centered around language as a medium. Their joint appearances, like at the Mocha Gala, serve as reminders that they navigate the spotlight on their terms, maintaining the privacy that protects their bond. Fans who admire Keanu for his kindness on set and generosity in real life see this relationship as an extension of those qualities reflected back through Alexandra's supportive presence. She brings her own accomplishments as a respected artist with exhibitions that stand independently while enriching their shared life with intellectual depth. Together, they represent a modern romance that values substance, creativity, and mutual uplift over anything performative. The undeniable fact Keanu lifted the lid on at that People magazine conversation ties directly into how their lives have intertwined, positively influencing each other's work and well-being. Alexandra's admission about happier paintings provides tangible evidence of that influence, making their story even more relatable for audiences who value authentic emotional connections. As they move through 2026 with projects on the horizon, their partnership continues to evolve, naturally building on the foundation laid years ago. Keanu's thoughtful approach to life, which has earned him loyal fans worldwide, finds harmony in Alexandra's world of visual expression, creating a balanced existence that feels both inspiring and attainable. Their ability to support each other's careers while carving out space for personal joy is a testament to the kind of mature love that develops over time. From attending premieres to celebrating art galas, they show up for one another consistently, which strengthens the narrative of easy love that Keanu described so honestly. This consistency matters in an industry often marked by change, because it highlights the enduring aspects of their connection rooted in respect and shared values. Alexandra's multidisciplinary practice allows her to translate complex ideas into accessible forms, much like Keanu does with his characters, bringing nuance and humanity to every performance. When their paths intersect in collaborations or simply in daily life, the result is a synergy that enhances both. Fans following their journey appreciate the lack of manufactured drama, focusing instead on the real moments that define a lasting relationship. The Mocha Gala served as one such moment, capturing them in a setting that celebrates the very creativity that brought them together initially. Keanu's affirmation and Alexandra's insights during the interview added layers of sincerity that cut through the noise of celebrity culture, offering something genuine for people to connect with. Their story encourages reflection on how relationships can inspire personal growth without demanding change from either person. Keanu remains the same humble, dedicated artist he has always been, while Alexandra continues her innovative work, now infused with that additional happiness she noted. This evolution feels organic and believable because it stems from real compatibility rather than external expectations. As more conversations like the one at Mocha emerge, they provide glimpses into a private world that prioritizes depth over display. Keanu has never sought the spotlight for his personal life, preferring actions to speak for themselves, whether in his philanthropy or on-screen dedication. In acknowledging the positive role Alexandra plays, he extends that same principle to their romance, letting the truth of their connection shine through simply. Alexandra, in turn, shares her experiences, thoughtfully respecting boundaries while offering insights that humanize their bond. Together, they navigate the balance between public interest and private fulfillment with grace that many find admirable. Their shared history, including the 2016 project where Grant photographed Reeves' movements, further illustrates the creative trust between them that predates the romance. These artistic endeavors laid important groundwork, allowing them to know each other beyond surface levels before romance deepened the connection. This slow build contributes to the sense of authenticity that fans respond to so strongly, seeing it as a model for relationships built on friendship first. In 2026, their continued appearances hand in hand at events like the Mocha Gala reinforce that the easy love Keanu mentioned is not fleeting but sustained through ongoing respect and appreciation. Alexandra's art, reflecting greater happiness, serves as a creative diary of sorts, capturing the emotional uplift that comes from such a partnership. For those who look up to Keanu as a figure of resilience and kindness, this chapter adds warmth, showing his capacity for quiet fulfillment alongside professional success. It also highlights Alexandra as a talented independent artist whose work stands strong while benefiting from the supportive dynamic they share. Their story avoids the pitfalls of overexposure by choosing moments carefully, allowing the relationship to breathe and grow naturally. This approach has served them well through years of public scrutiny and speculation, which they have addressed directly when needed without letting it define them. Instead, the focus remains on the creative lives they lead and the happiness they find in each other. Keanu's career continues to captivate audiences with new films, while Alexandra's exhibitions draw admirers for their thoughtful engagement with language and form. When they come together, it feels like two fully realized individuals enhancing rather than completing one another. That independence is key to their dynamic, making the connection one of choice and celebration. The People magazine exchange at the Mocha Gala captured this essence perfectly, with Keanu's straightforward yes and Alexandra's reflective comments on her evolving art providing honest glimpses into their world. These insights remind us that even icons like Keanu Reeves value the simple yet profound aspects of love that add lightness and meaning to daily existence. As their journey progresses, the undeniable positive influence they have on each other continues to manifest in both visible and subtle ways, inspiring fans to seek similar authenticity in their own lives. The respect they demonstrate for one another's processes, whether in the intensity of film production or the solitude of the studio, creates space for genuine appreciation to flourish. Keanu's history of mentoring and supporting others aligns seamlessly with how he engages in this partnership, offering steady presence and encouragement. Alexandra brings intellectual curiosity and artistic passion that enriches their shared experiences, fostering conversations that likely span philosophy, art, and life observations. This common ground sustains them through busy schedules and the demands of their respective fields. Looking at their timeline from initial meeting to current day, the progression feels intentional and respectful of each phase, allowing the romance to develop at its own pace. Public moments like the 2019 LACMA Gala or the recent Mocha event bookend years of private growth, making each appearance more meaningful. Fans celebrate these because they reflect the real Keanu, who values depth, loyalty, and creativity in all areas of life. Alexandra's openness about living with his iconic characters adds a touch of humor and humanity to the narrative, showing her adaptability and affection. It is clear from their interactions that they celebrate each other's dedication, seeing it as integral to who they are. This perspective prevents conflict and builds stronger unity. In an era where celebrity relationships often face intense pressure, Keanu and Alexandra stand out for their low-key approach that prioritizes substance and longevity. Their ability to maintain privacy while occasionally sharing honest reflections like at the Mocha Gala offers a refreshing contrast to more public dynamics. The happier quality in Alexandra's paintings, as she described, serves as artistic testimony to the joy flowing through their lives together. Keanu's simple acknowledgement of that easy love ties it all together, underscoring that real connections thrive on compatibility, respect, and the freedom to be oneself. As they continue forward with individual projects and shared moments, their story remains one of quiet strength and mutual inspiration, providing fans with a narrative that feels both aspirational and grounded in reality. The foundation they built through art and friendship has proven resilient, allowing them to navigate fame and personal life with the same integrity that defines Keanu's public persona. Alexandra's contributions to the cultural landscape through her visual explorations add another dimension, making their partnership a meeting of creative minds that continues to evolve beautifully. Together, they embody the idea that love can enhance rather than overshadow individual paths, creating a harmonious blend of support and independence. This balance is what makes their romance so compelling and believable to audiences worldwide who appreciate the honesty Keanu lifted the lid on in that recent conversation. It is a reminder that even after decades in the spotlight, genuine personal happiness can be found in the simplest affirmations and shared creative journeys. Their presence at events continues to draw positive attention, not for spectacle, but for the evident comfort and affection they share. As more details from their thoughtful exchanges surface, they reinforce the narrative of a relationship built to last with easy love and undeniable positive impact at its core. Fans rooting for Keanu through every chapter feel heartened by this chapter of fulfillment, seeing it as a natural extension of the man they have admired for his resilience, kindness, and dedication. Alexandra Grant stands as a wonderful counterpart, bringing her unique artistic voice and supportive spirit to complement his world perfectly. Their ongoing story offers gentle inspiration for anyone seeking connections that feel real and enriching without the need for exaggeration or drama. The Mocha Gala moment and the People interview serve as recent highlights in a longer tale of patience, creativity, and mutual respect that shows no signs of slowing in its positive influence. Keanu Reeves lifting the lid on this aspect of his life with Alexandra Grant provides not just insight into his happiness, but a broader example of how authentic partnerships can flourish even under the gaze of public interest. It is a narrative that continues to unfold with grace and sincerity, captivating those who value depth in both art and relationships. What do you think about Keanu Reeves and Alexandra Grant sharing these honest glimpses into their relationship at the 2026 Mocha Gala? Does their story of easy love and happier art resonate with you or remind you of connections in your own life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear how this kind of genuine romance inspires you. If you enjoyed this deep dive into their journey, hit that like button and subscribe for more real stories about artists and relationships that feel authentic and grounded. Stay tuned for the next video where we explore more creative partnerships that stand the test of time. Thanks for watching, and remember, real connections often grow quietly from respect and shared passion, just like Keanu and Alexandra show us. See you in the next one.